how saying no 3 times to every single yes can actually lead to more happiness in your life. Hey everybody, I'm Joe Simonds, Like Diamonds. Welcome back to the Joe Simonds Like Diamonds show. And yes, it is a fact. I've tried to prove it in my life and it's worked so far that if you say no 3 times to every time you say yes, you actually will be a little bit more happy and a little bit more fulfilled. Let me explain why I was going through all of those books, whatever 300 books to curate this book, Fishing for Happiness. One book in particular I absolutely loved was James Altucher's The Power of No. And the entire book was about how much power saying no can give you. And he gives examples, because we've all been there, where you say yes to something, whether it be a birthday party, something for a relative, helping someone move, something for work where you feel like you're kind of obligated but you don't really want to go, and you still say yes to it, and you regret it. It takes up time, it takes up energy. There's so many times in your life where your calendar is so full and you have no energy to enjoy the stuff that you want to. You have no energy to even enjoy your family, and you say yes to so many little things that honestly are kind of irrelevant and don't line up with your goals and your mission and your core beliefs like I talk about in here, and you end up being honestly just kind of flat out deflated, like you have no energy for anything. And of course that leads to less happiness and less freedom in your life. And what he talked about in the book, I think, is so money. And I'd really try to do this, and I try to keep track of it for a while, where every time I said yes to something, whether it be an invitation to go somewhere or to attend a party or to meet someone out later, every time I said yes, I had to say no to 3 other things. And these are things that really just, hey, does this line up with my core beliefs? Does it line up with what I want to get out of life? And there's some uncomfortable ones too. I mean, sometimes you have to say no to people you love. But here's what I know. In this book, I talk about the top things that people regret on their deathbed. And one of the top 5 things that people regret on their deathbed is not living the life that they wanted to. In other words, they lived their life the way they thought others should want them to do things. Or perhaps they followed someone else's dreams because it thought, it might make them a little bit happier. They were too embarrassed to say no and follow their own path. And I don't want to live that way, and I don't think you should either. And so this is your chance every day when there's something out there that you just don't want to do, or maybe it doesn't really fit in and tie in to your core beliefs and what you truly believe is going to make you happy, then say no to it. What's the worst thing that can happen? And that's the question I always ask myself. You know what, if I say no to this, yeah, I might disappoint someone, but besides that, what's the worst that can happen? And end of the day, will I feel better? Will I have more time to do the things that I want to do? And will I have more time and energy to pursue what really makes me happy in life? And if the answer is yes, then I say no to it. So I encourage you to try it. Try to make a count of the things that you say yes to that you don't really want to. Once again, from business to relationship, just anything that is kind of just like, you know what, I don't really want to do it, but I'm doing it because I feel like I should. Just say no to it and see what happens, and start counting them up. Try to say 3 no's for every single yes. I have a feeling you're going to spend a little bit more time, a little bit more freedom, which leads to a little bit more happiness in your life. By the way, if you haven't picked up the book Fishing for Happiness, you're either crazy or you're not on Amazon or not on the internet. So this is your chance to do it. Amazon.com, Fishing for Happiness, Joe Simonds. Check it out. Check out all the reviews, including my first 2-star review. And the 2-star review is because the person thought it was all about catching fish, and it's about catching happiness. That's it. I'm done for this episode. Helicopter's here trying to paparazzi, just trying to check it out. Unbelievable. Adios.